Hello, this is Carrie with Cookbook Divas, and I have a giant library trip today, and I checked out lots and lots and lots of cookbooks to check out over the next couple days or the next week with you. We're waiting for our Amazon Live shopping friends to join us, and I will get started looking through about 15 cookbooks that I borrowed from the library. Today I drove to the big library near my city, so I live near Seattle, but I wouldn't never ever go downtown Seattle to their library. It's way too far. There's no parking. There's homeless people that are scary. No. So I go to Bellevue, and the big library has hundreds and hundreds and hundreds more cookbooks than my little tiny local neighborhood library does. So this is Tortellini at Midnight and Other Heirloom Family Recipes from Tuscany, but by Amico Davies. I'm excited to check this out with you. I'm not doing any cookbook reviews tonight because I haven't looked through these cookbooks yet. I just got them, so I am previewing them with you. I'm going to put on my reading glasses to help me because my ring light is shining in my face and makes it hard to see. I loved the cover of this one. It really jumped off the shelf. Let's take a... Hello, Shoshana. Glad to see you over on Amazon, and I got somebody watching over on Facebook. This cookbook came out in 2019. Tortellini at Midnight and Other Heirloom Family Recipes from Toronto to Turin to Tuscany by Amico Davies. Hardy Grant is the publisher. We're going to take a quick sneak peek, but I can't show you the whole book, so we'll just cherry pick a few interesting pages. Table of contents. We start off in Toronto, and then we go to Turin, then we go to Tuscany, and then there's menus and references and an index and thanks, and this is a giant cookbook. We start off with a map. Very helpful. Turin is up here. Tuscany. Toronto, which I've never heard of. It's probably called Taranto, because I'm thinking of Toronto, the Canadian city. Let's say Taranto, because I don't know any better. And Florence is in Tuscany here, and Turin is kind of close to Switzerland. I forgot about that. Okay, not a fan of the black and white photography starting off. Okay. And is this a family tree? What's going on? Yes, it's a family tree. That's nice. Okay, starting off in the city of, I'm going to say Taranto. Let's see some recipes. Oh, we're going to learn about the family first. Okay, fair enough. Taranto, city of two seas. She writes, Taranto is a most curious city. It's geographically split into two, just like my town. There's Seattle on one side of a lake and Bellevue on the other. Okay. For photos of the city, photos. Let's get to a recipe. The first one I see is Pucce con gli uccelletti, pizza sandwiches with pancetta wrapped scamorza. And here is the picture of a pizza sandwich. It looks like a panini to me. I don't know. Those of you just joining us, we're looking through Tortellini at Midnight by Amico Davies. I'm trying to find some good recipes to show you. Baked oysters, but look at the word, ostrich. I know these aren't baked ostriches. Baked oysters. Fresh anchovies baked with burrata. That reminds me that I have some burrata in the house that I need to eat up. Maybe my dinner will be tomatoes, burrata, and French bread, because I think it's National French Bread Day. Did I see that on Randall's stream? Scamorza in tomato sauce. I'm hoping they tell me what scamorza is because I have no idea. Let's find out. This is a dish that Marco's grandfather, Nonno Mario, would make for himself when he came home late from work on the train from Florence and had missed lunch completely. Mario never had a name for it. It was just a happy coincidence of delicious things. It's cheese, usually mozzarella. It's kind of like a pizza. If you don't have scamorza, a wonderful pear-shaped cheese. Aha, now we know what scamorza is. This is grilled capsicums, or grilled peppers, pepperoni arrostiti, parmigiana del melanzane, eggplant parmesan, one of my favorite dishes. Of course, if an actual chef makes it for me, it tastes better than if I make it myself. Baked ziti, how good does that look? I hope you guys aren't hungry. The way to a man's heart, we all know it through his stomach. Fresh orecchiette pasta with semi di papa? Di rapa. No idea what that means. Okay. Gotta scoot ahead, maybe to another city. I suspect, since I see tourist photos, that we're in another city now. Spaghetti with sea urchins. Would you eat spaghetti with sea urchins? Whoa. Okay, now we're still in Toronto. Here's stuffed mussels. Let's move on to the next city. I love that they have the city name on the side of the page so you know which chapter you're in. Oh, what's this? I have to show you this. Little Custard and Quince jam pies. So cute. Next up, ooh, what is this? That looks like a dessert. It is spumoni. That doesn't look like the spumoni I get in American restaurants that's green. I think I prefer this non-green spumoni. Okay, we're in Turin, known as the Little Paris. Aperitivo. Little appetizers you have with the cocktail. Bagna Cauda, which is warm garlic and anchovy sauce with crunchy vegetables. Let's move ahead a little. Beef braised in red wine. Grilled chocolate sandwich. How good does that sound? That could be breakfast, that could be lunch, that could be dessert. Probably shouldn't be dinner, but I'm not judging. Chocolate and amaretti flan. I love amaretti. I'm going to skip ahead though. Polenta biscuits looks kind of boring. I'm going to be honest here. Sweet breadsticks. Torchetti. Hazelnut cake. Very, very Italian. Classic. We're still in Turin. Here's Vermouth di Torino. Here's a beautiful photo of Tuscany. We're moving into that area now. The recipes are going to change a little bit. Northern. Raw vegetables for antipasto. Russian salad. Insalata russa. What makes it Russian? Because it has mayonnaise? It has mayonnaise, that's why. Russians love their mayonnaise. Angela's lasagna. And some step-by-step family photos. Nice. Tortellini al sugo and ravioli, making it by hand. Oh my gosh, so much work. Steamed calamari. This is Livorno style whole red mullet fish. And Tuscan style roasted meat and bread skewers. Baked apples. The cookbook that taught me about Italian home cooking. It's called Pellegrino Artusi's Scienza in Cucina e l'Arte di Mangiare Bene. Science in the Kitchen and the Art of Eating Well. Affectionately known simply as Artusi to Italians. Good to know. Nonna Mario's cake. Oh, Nonno Mario, excuse me. Grandpa is Nonno. And that, oh, aniseed biscuits. Too licorice for me. That is Tortellini at Midnight by Amico Davies. I can't wait to look through this a little more thoroughly over on YouTube. So next up, we're going to take a look through cooking on a Bootstrap. I picked up a couple of budget cooking cookbooks because, as you all know, groceries are getting more expensive and harder to come by, and inflation and gas is getting expensive, so we need to cook more cheaply. So I picked up this book by Jack Monroe. Their other cookbook was called, well, I better look it up. A Girl Called Jack. #1 best-selling author, over 100 simple budget recipes. Nigella Lawson has a quote on the front. This came out in 2019. I like the photography, so I picked it up. Publisher is Bluebird Books for Life. Contents: bread, breakfast soups, a packet of pasta or a bag of rice, spuds, beans, pulses, and lentils, contraband, eat more greens, and sweets and treats. I wonder if contraband is cooking with hemp, or I don't know. Let's find out. So, introduction. We're just going to skip to the recipes. Pantry Supplies. Those of you just joining us, we're looking at cooking on a Bootstrap. Bread chapter. This will be fun. Okay, what's going on? Ooh, what's this? Applesauce bread cake. Yes, please. I'd love some of that. Some step-by-step photos. Jack has lots of tattoos on their arm. 5-minute bread. Pint glass bread, which I think is this one. She says, oil your hands, go on, lube them up. It feels nice and it's good for your dough too. Corn muffins recipe, but no picture. Lardy buns, no picture. Cakey goodness bread, no picture. And now we're in the breakfast chapter, and that is a cute little mug. I'd like to get my hands on one of those. That's darling. I wish we had one on Amazon. A crappuccino, they call it. Microwave kale and chili eggs. Is that like scrambled? I don't know. A mandarin bircher. We're looking through Cooking on a Bootstrap, budget cookbook. Courgette lemon pancakes. Sounds good to me. I love zucchini. And I love lemon. And I love pancakes. Soup chapter already. This is where we're really on a budget. Not a lot of photos, but here's some of the soups from the book. Roast carrot and chickpea soup. Papa al pomodoro. Looks amazing. I personally had spaghetti tonight after all. A packet of pasta or a bag of rice. So it's not painful to look at this pasta because I've already had some. Mug Marmite mac and cheese. I never thought of putting Marmite in mac and cheese. I don't know how you guys feel about that. And I'd love to hear some comments. Where are you watching from? And what did you cook for dinner tonight? Or was it cooked for you? Spaghetti alla puttanesca. Creamy cannellini and fennel pasta. Let's get out of the pasta chapter. Ooh, green rice. I love green rice. I haven't made it in so long. Spud chapter. Let's see if there's something really interesting. Tinned Spud fish cakes. These fish cakes were first made for a budget food column I wrote for a couple years until 2014, until faux healthy bollocks and carb shaming rolled back into fashion. That's funny. Ooh, here's some mashed potatoes. What did they do differently to these? Let's take a look. Moonshine mash. So it's potatoes and sweet corn drained and butter and nutmeg and cheese. Sweet corn, that surprises me. Okay, here's the author. Very pleased with themselves for putting sweet corn in there. Beans, pulses, and lentils chapter. I cannot get enough of this 5-minute thing is the title of this recipe. You can tell this person's a character. These are called beet balls. Would you eat beet balls? I do love beets. We're looking through Cooking on a Bootstrap by Jack Monroe. Contraband. All right, what's going on in the contraband chapter? Turkey, Batman, and planes and more. I don't get the point of this chapter, but if I'd read the introduction, I would. Sardine and tomato soup. How do you feel about that? How about Dad's Chinese chicken curry? Eat more greens. Yes, we all need to. Don't make me eat kale. Umami mushrooms. And, ooh, I don't know what this is, but that looks delicious. Green juice without a juicer. Let's look at the sweets and treats before I get out of this cookbook and on to the next one. How about double chocolate Guinness brownies? So I don't know what was up with the contraband chapter. We're going to move on to the next cookbook now. Love to hear from you in the comments because I feel like I am talking to myself. The next cookbook, I know spring just started. In some parts of America, there's still snow on the ground, but some of us are thinking about ice cream season. So I picked up La Grata Ice Creams and Sorbets by Kitty Travers. I'm assuming that La Grata is the name of a shop. Let's find out. This came out March 2019. Clarkson Potter is the publisher. Contents, list of recipes, that's nice to start off with that. Introduction, ice creams, other recipes, and an index, and about Kitty. Well, let me go to the back. Kitty Travers is the founder of La Grata Ices, a small creative ice cream company based in London. Aha. Okay. And lots of stuff about her. Okay. Let's get to the recipes. What's the difference between ice cream and gelato? We already know that. Methods, blah, blah, blah. Buffalo milk, almond, and Amalfi lemon ice cream. Is there a picture? No, but there's a picture of Novellino orange jelly ice cream. This is a very colorful book. It's why I picked it up off the shelf today. This is a kumquat custard, which I've never tasted before. Those of you just joining us, we're looking through La Grata Ice Cream and Sorbet Cookbook. Blood orange and bergamot or bergamot sherbet, but no picture. Mimosa Seville orange and rice. Mango ice cream. Papaya green chili and lime. Passion fruit sour. I'm going to skip ahead because not every recipe has a picture. This is a tamarillo involving whole milk, heavy cream, egg yolks, sugar, and a very ripe tamarillo. What is a tamarillo? Someone please look it up and tell me. I have no idea. But it looks utterly delicious. Wow. Oh, I don't have to look it up because it says up here. Tropical fruit. But it doesn't say what country it's from. It shares the pungency of guava and the sharpness of passion fruit with a hint of raw tomato. What? I'm going to have to get my hands on one and try it. What else do we have going on here? Rhubarb and Angelica sorbet. I don't care for rhubarb. I probably wouldn't make that one. Pea pod. Strawberry and elderflower. Cucumber and sour cream ice cream. Would you do that? I would not, could not in a boat. I would not, could not if I could float. Mint chip. That doesn't look like mint. That looks like chocolate. Peach. Peach ice cream. Tomato and white peach ice cream or sorbet. It's a sorbet because there's no milk. Water, sugar, peaches, and ripe tomatoes. Nectarine and tarragon. Ooh, a pretty picture. Strawberry salad, wild blueberry, leafy black currant custard. That's so pretty. We are looking through La Grata Ice Creams and Sorbets by Kitty Travers. Look up their other cookbook. They have another interesting one. I've got to see what this is. Loganberry. So colorful. I love the photography in this cookbook. Green gooseberry fool, pink gooseberry and hazelnut crunch. I'm going to skip ahead. Melon and jasmine. Very refreshing. That would be great in summer. What is this? Please don't be tomato ice cream. Blackberry and rose geranium. Whew! That's a relief. Oh yeah, there's a geranium right there. Skipping ahead, skipping ahead. Green walnuts and nocino liqueur. Green walnut. Vanilla plum. Damson and grappa. That'd be interesting, but I want a picture. Here's a uva fragola. But that looks like blueberries. These electric mauve grape color sorbet burst with crazy bubblegum flavored fruit. Uva fragola are a seasonal Italian grape variety similar to Concord grapes. Oh! There's a creme caramel ice cream. Quince custard. There's lots of custards in here. Satsuma Medici almond ice cream. I love how very unique and different these are. Wow. And chocolate caramel and chocolate treacle. So that was La Grata, the most creative, inventive ice cream book I have ever seen. I hope you enjoyed looking through that. We're going to move on to a cookbook I'm very excited about. Mountain Berries and Desert Spice. Sweet Inspiration from the Hunza Valley to the Arabian Sea by Sumaya Usmani. It is gorgeous so far. I have not looked through it. This is not a cookbook review. I haven't cooked anything out of it. I'm just looking through. Following on from the acclaimed Pakistani cookbook Summers Under the Tamarind Tree, Sumaya Usmani shares the secrets of her country's incredible and varied desserts and sweets. She explores their unique significance in Pakistan's culture and geography through authentic but modern and easily achieved recipes that range from snacks shared with tea to sumptuous desserts fit for a lavish wedding. Ooh, I can't wait to get started. This is just so pretty. It came out in 2017. It's off to a colorful start. The publisher is Francis Lincoln. Never heard of them. Food photography by Joanna Yee. The table of contents are Journey Through a Land of Sweetness and Spice, Childhood Sweets in a New Home, Key Ingredients and Techniques, Sour Morning Berries, sugar almonds and buffalo milk, kites, kingdoms, and cardamom samosas, ooh, through mulberry valleys, a saffron blaze, festive spice and roses, chili mangoes, and ocean breeze. So we're going to learn about Pakistan. We're at the marketplace. We're at the marketplace again in Harvest. Here's a beautiful map. And I love the way they illustrated where everything grows in the country or is known for growing. That's really beautiful. Let me give you a closer view of that. For those of you just joining us, we're looking through mountain berries and desert spice. I'd love to hear where you're watching from. Childhood sweets in a new home. There's the beautiful author. Key ingredients and techniques. We're going to skip ahead. Ooh, that's a nice spread. Beautiful dishes too. Sour morning berries, the first chapter, rising to mouth-watering spice. Whipped semolina halva with pomegranate and raspberry. Sharbat, buckwheat porridge with pink salt, cardamom and stewed Hunza apricots. Wow. Spiced fruit chaat with guava, pomegranate, and mango. That might be pronounced shot. Excuse me, I've never heard that said out loud. Sweet vermicelli pudding with black cardamom and vanilla. Hunza barov gieling, buckwheat pancakes with summer berries, walnuts, and apricot oil. We're going to skip ahead because I can't show you the whole book, but I want to show you this rose and lychee sagodana pudding. It's beautiful, but maybe scary. Cardamom and rosewater marzipan lace. Look how beautiful that is. Yum. They look like they must be cookies. It's a sweetmeat. Carrot rice pudding. Paneer. Ground rice pudding with saffron. Ooh, what's this? What? I gotta show you this picture, but I gotta get the cookbook open carefully because it's a library book. Oh, well, let me show you this. Kulfi sticks with honey, cardamom, and bay leaf. Very pretty. She writes, as a child, I remember when the school bell rang, we would all run out to follow the kulfiwala's dilapidated wooden cart. Sweetbread filled with chana dal and candied peel. Roasted nuts and raw sugar. That's not the photo I was trying to show you. Oh well. Mango, thyme, and pink salt. Yum. That would be great in summer. Here is Sohan saffron honey caramels. We are looking through mountain berries and desert spice. For those of you that just joined us, I'd love to hear from where you're watching from. In the comments, rice flour pancakes. This is Malpura semolina pancakes with raspberry and pomegranate sauce. I find a really good, ooh, spiced apple samosas, almost like hand pies, but maybe a little more savory because they also have apples, sugar, cinnamon, cardamom. No, not savory, definitely desserty. Okay, I was wrong. I don't care. Pancakes with mulberry syrup. Stewed Hunza apricots with cream and apricot kernels. I didn't know you could eat the kernels. Apple halva with cardamom and pomegranate. Mulberry and blackberry stew. I didn't expect to have so many desserty things in this book. Semolina and carrot pudding. And now we're in the chapter following the spice caravans. Ooh, check this out. This is called Afghani Gosh-e-Fil, elephant ear-shaped fried pastry, yum, with ground pistachio and cardamom. Yum. And next up, how about chickpea flour shortbread with cloves? That's nice because none of these seem like overpoweringly sweet. Peshawari pistachio ice cream. Rosewater biscuits or cookies. Whoa, something looked really colorful. The Festive Spice and Roses chapter, celebratory sweets such as carrot halva served with whipped cream. Brioche bread pudding called Shahi Tukra with saffron ricotta, cranberries, and chopped nuts. It's beautiful. Rose Labby Shireen. And that is what you can expect from mountain berries and desert spice. Next up, Italian moms. I'm going to look forward to looking through this one. Okay. I'm going to type good evening. Send. All right, Italian Moms, something old, something new. 150 family recipes by Elisa Costantini and Frank Costantini. In this, Elisa's follow-up to her debut cookbook, which was Italian Moms Spreading Their Art in Every Table, she once again shares her vision of home cooking influenced by her childhood in Abruzzo, Italy, while also paying homage to newer generations of Italian Americans who have reinvented the classic recipes. Let's check this one out. It came out in 2018. Italian Moms, something old, something new, 150 family recipes. Publisher is Sterling Epicure. The chapters are antipasti, pastas and risottos, soups, side dishes, meats and seafood, and desserts. Oh, and sauces, condiments, and preserves. I didn't want to forget that part. Let's jump ahead. Antipasti chapter. She's writing about Italy, etc. Ooh, crepe bites. Cute. Flour, eggs, olive oil, and the filling is cream cheese and prosciutto. Cheese puffs, fried vegetables, so not every recipe has a picture, although this one does. Avocado and goat cheese dip. Mint pancakes, I wouldn't expect to see in an Italian cookbook. We're looking through Italian Moms, for those of you that just joined us on Facebook and YouTube. Broccoli frittata cups. I like making those for breakfast. It's a nice little cheat or hack. Fried mozzarella, sausage crostini. Pancetta corn cakes. How good does that look? I'm lazy and I usually make cornbread out of a Krusteaz box mix. I'm sorry. Potato prosciutto biscuits. I'm seeing lots of skillet muffin tins. Wine Tarali. Tarali al vino. Looks like donuts or bagels. Closer to donuts because it uses a cup of sugar. Here's red pepper focaccia bread. Walnut and ricotta ravioli, orecchiette with asparagus and saffron. We're in the pasta chapter. Whoa, I want to show you this one. Sausage paella. How good does that look? Woo! Love to hear from you in the comments. Penne with lobster. And those of you just joining us, we're looking through Italian Moms. Tumbling over truffles. I want to find a really good photo for the next one. Francesco's linguine. Chicken risotto. Now we're in the soup chapter. There's our author with 7 Virtues soup. That has an interesting story behind it, I'm sure. Beetroot and farro soup. Side dishes chapter. Potatoes and peppers. That looks nice and easy. Italian potato salad. Potato and mushroom timballo. What would be the first thing you would want to cook out of this cookbook that you've seen so far? I'd love to hear from that in the comments. Those of you just joining us, we're looking through Italian Moms. We're in the meats and seafood chapter, which is a little difficult for me as a vegetarian, but I'll look at it for you. Chicken and white wine, that's simple. Sauteed chicken and onions, steak on the grill. Oh, and pork stew. I bet you could make a big batch of that and enjoy leftovers for a few days. Beef and polenta. Beef round roast. I'm going to jump ahead at sea bass pomodoro. And now we're in the dessert chapter, ricotta and peaches. It could not get more simple than that, could it? Oh, nice. Then white chocolate macadamia nut biscotti. I don't think of biscotti as a dessert, but lemon poppy biscotti would definitely tempt me. Let's see if there's a showstopper in here. Calzone cookies, St. Joseph cream puffs. So that was Italian Moms. I hope you enjoyed that sneak preview. Up next, a very interesting, kind of weird cookbook that I grabbed anyway, because we like weird around here, right? The Art of Escapism Cooking. Excuse me. The Art of Escapism. I can't say it. Let me get some water. The Art of Escapism Cooking. Thank you, I did it. Woo! It's a survival story with intensely good flavors by Mandy Lee. What was she surviving? And look at the beautiful back. This is a massive cookbook. It came out in October 2019. I want to read you What is the Art of Escapism Cooking? For Mandy Lee, moving from New York to Beijing for her husband's work wasn't an exotic adventure, it was an ordeal. Growing increasingly exasperated with China's autocratic political climate, its infuriating bureaucracy, and its choking pollution, she began an unapologetically angry food blog called Lady and Pups to keep herself from going mad. Mandy cooked because it channeled her focus, helping her cope with the difficult circumstances of her new life. She filled her kitchen with warming spices and sticky sauces to make her home welcoming and pleasant. Born in Taiwan, raised in Vancouver, and now living in Hong Kong, Mandy creates food inspired by the many places she's lived and traveled. Okay. The Art of Escapism Cooking. There, I finally learned how to say it. William Morrow is the publisher. As you can see, the photography is stunning. I'm going to try and not get my fingerprints on it because this is a library book. Table of chapters are My Days as a Mahjong Line Cook, New York, New York for slurping, Meet Richard for a crowd, The Breakup for snacking, breakup, Stuff I eat when I'm by myself, The Chimney for sweets, and The Pups. I think she's cooking for her dogs. Okay, gorgeous photography. First, pantry, how to stock it. Yeah, we know how to stock our pantries. Macroot lime leaf oil. That is something I do not have in my pantry, however. Wow. Okay. Fried chili verde sauce, pickled chiles. My Days as a Mahjong line cook. For getting out of bed. Breakfast. All-purpose mother dough. Ooh, look what you can make with it. Pizza dough. Okay, some of her recipes are the most unique things I've ever heard of. Here's a mochi challah bread stuffed with prosciutto and dates. There's a lot of cultures going on in there. Hello, Tanya from New York City. Thank you for joining us. Tanya, we're looking through The Art of Escapism Cooking by Mandy Lee. And it's got some very unusual recipes I wanted to point out, but I also wanted to show that she kindly does step-by-step photos for us on how to make them. This is poached eggs with miso brown butter hollandaise, so nothing too weird about that. Rice chowder with sausage cornflakes. It is a little like, what is going on there? Jammy eggs, magic 15-second scrambled eggs in mushroom cream. Sounds amazing, and I love the part about 15 seconds. That sounds incredible. Okay, guys. Clams over oatmeal. How do you feel about that? I don't feel like I can weigh in because I'm a vegetarian that's never eaten clams, but I've smelled them, and I can't believe you would put them on oatmeal, but I don't want to be judgy because I'm from a different culture, and maybe some people think that sounds delicious. Wow! It doesn't look horrible. This is semi-instant risotto with pork fat crispy rice cereal. Interesting combo. Spelt jambing with kettle-cooked potato chips. See, things are getting kind of weird. I'm not sure you put potato chips on fish, but okay. Okay. Crackling pancake with caramel clustered blueberries. Now back to a normal thing. Yes, that sounds good. Okay, the New York chapter for slurping. There's some noodles. Tanya is not a fan of eating eggs by themselves. Yeah. All-purpose ramen noodles. I'd love to make my own ramen noodles if I got the time. Chicken python ramen. That looks pretty stunningly good. Buffalo fried chicken ramen. Pretty cool. Let's skip ahead though because this book is really heavy. I want to get through it. Chilled ramen in Chinese almond milk. Slush served with grilled pork belly. Okay. Okay. I'm going to get out of the ramen chapter. The soloist. I'm not sure what's going on there. But you have to use a stand mixer to do it. This green thing is handkerchiefs with burned scallion pesto. I try not to burn my food, and I often do burn it, and then I'm kind of bummed out, so I probably wouldn't try a recipe where you have to. Chapter 3, Meet Richard. What are we making? We're making something with step-by-step photos. Whoa! That is a huge stack. Cumin lamb rib burger. Don't know how you would eat that. Woo! Okay, I'm going to get out of this meat chapter. Okay, this is a Guiji lobster bake. Stunning photos in this book, I gotta admit. Do I see a focaccia? The recipe is on the page in front of it, so I have to go back. And that's a lot of steps. Lamb and cheese slab pie rubbed with cumin chili oil. Okay, that's what that is. Well, it looks amazing. Okay, sounds like a lot of work. Chewy layered paratha. This is a naked Thai duck sausage bun. There's so many things in this cookbook I've never heard of, and for those of you just joining us, it's The Art of Escapism Cooking by Mandy Lee, who had to live in Beijing and was angry and didn't want to, and so she cooked lots of interesting and kind of weird things to escape. And this, for example, is Italian meatballs in Taiwanese Rhubarb sauce. It kind of sounds like she just threw everything in the kitchen together, like, what the heck, why not combine this? Pizza. Step-by-step photos for a pizza tonado with Chinese pancetta. Okay. Skipping ahead. Oh, what's going on here? A Korimex bibimbap with minced beef mole. There's a lot of cultures going on in that dish. Woo! And this is a lot of meat. What is going on? It's clearly a sandwich. It's mala smoked meat with tahini mustard. Ooh, saliva chicken meatballs. Why does that say saliva? If it's really gross, I'm not going to read it to you. Oh, it's okay, it's a sense of humor. It's not really saliva. Okay, I had to check. I'm like, what? Korean pork belly tacos with pear on sticky rice tortillas. But why is it so red? I don't know. Chicken floss and herb sandwich. Crepe with black mustard seeds. Kari risotto. Cat food. Sardines. Okay. Laminated dough. Here's a little desserty thing. Ooh, Nutella focaccia. And mochi. And basic vanilla mochi ice cream. Finally something kind of normal in here. And the pups. Oh, there's her dogs. Cute. Bombay jerky. She actually is cooking things for her dog. Cheese cookies. I just feed my dogs dog foods. That was one of the more unusual cookbooks I've ever looked through. What did you think of that one? Whew. Let's move on to the next one, which is a darling concept. It's a basket by the door. Recipes for comforting gifts and joyful gatherings. I love the idea of this. Sophie Hansen. It was kind of in the entertaining and holidays section of the cookbook aisle, so I grabbed it so we could check it out. Came out in April 2019. A Basket by the Door by Sophie Hansen from Murdoch Books. There she is with a basket of goodies to give to someone. Very sweet. Food for thought is her introduction. Cooking for another, be it a full meal or a jar of biscuits, is the most thoughtful act of all, she says. Spring. It's a seasonal book. Okay. A spring nourish basket. Pistachio, cardamom, and rose balls. Fresh almond milk. Gifts from the garden. Seedy lavash bread and butter pickles. Bring on breakfast. Fennel and sausage ragu. Spicy smoky beef ragu. Blood orange margaritas. That's what you can bring me if I'm not feeling well and you want to comfort me. Syrup-soaked lemon blueberry cake. 2 lovely tarts for lunch. I like making tarts. Here's some step-by-step photos. Those are adorable. Jam pastries. She's bringing someone a hamper. She's making some sweet verjuice pickled rhubarb with bay. Wow, and strawberries with vanilla and pink peppercorns. Now we're in summer. Italian Summer Buffet, Cherry Frangipane Galette, and what else is in here? Morning Tea in the Orchard. Sounds like a lovely concept, especially now that spring is finally here. Christmas Baking. Hey Tanya, you're up late. Are you a night owl or you can't sleep? You're in New York City. It's almost midnight. Summer Fruit Harvest. Bottled fruit. Look at this gorgeous. Oh, that would be a nice gift to give someone. Raspberry vinegar cordial, rosemary crackers, and honey labna with figs. Oat cakes and quince chutney. Cute little kid picking the berries for it. Taking comfort in this season. Ooh, beautiful photography in this book. Baci di Dama. Something of the lady. Baci di Dama are gorgeous little hazelnut and chocolate biscuits from Piedmont, the northwestern pocket of Italy. Okay, cute. Mind the Gap. Packed lunches. Autumn picnic by the river. This is salted peanut and white chocolate cookies. Wholemeal pancakes. Tom's chocolate cake with lots of sprinkles. Now we're in winter. She's making some curries. They're cooking outside at a weekend in the country. She's making baked apple porridge. That is a sweet book. I'm going to look at it more thoroughly over on YouTube. Oh, it's almost 11 New York time, so it's not that late. Okay. Sophie Hansen, A Basket by the Door. We have 6 cookbooks left from this library haul. And then I'm going to go watch Gilded Age. Apparently the last episode of the season, we only get 9 episodes. A season should be 10, 12, 14. I picked up Cooking Scrappy, another budget cooking book. 100 recipes to help you stop wasting food, save money, and love what you eat. I like that concept. It is by Joel Gamoran, if I'm reading that font right. Came out in 2018. Cooking Scrappy. I still can't read his name. Okay, Gamoran. Harper Wave is the publisher. Table of Contents. Breakfast and brunchy, lunch, bites and apps, scrappy hour, dinner, sides, desserts, and staples and condiments. He does an introduction, up your cooking game, scrappy kitchen, how to not waste food, etc. We're going to skip over that because we want to get to some recipes. How to use brown bananas and mango pits. How to use squash seeds. Call fat maple breakfast sausage, wrap most roasted meats instead of bacon, wrap burgers, wrap meatloaf. Wow. This is getting intense. Rainbow charred stem shakshuka. I definitely throw away my rainbow charred stems when I make it. Call fat maple breakfast sausage. I think I don't want to know what a call is. Schmaltzy potato pie. That looks good. We're looking through Cooking Scrappy, for those of you that just joined us. Naked Vanilla Pod Custard Toast. Using every part of the vanilla pod because they're expensive. Crushed Blackberry Old Fashioned Donuts. I love donuts. Bittersweet Whole Lemon Curd Giant Pancake. I would eat that. Papaya seeds and pea shells, how to use them. Lobster shells, scraped corn cobs you can use for something. He puts it in corn cob soup. How to use Parmesan rinds and asparagus bottoms, which I throw away or compost. Pea shell soba noodle salad. How beautiful is that? I do sense that a lot of these recipes involve a lot of extra chewing. This is beautiful. Iced veg with overripe avocado goddess dip or dressing. That's pretty. Cheese rind tomato bread soup. I would make that. I would eat that. Chicken skin, avocado, lettuce, and tomato sandwich. He calls it a C-S-A-L-T. Sea salt. I don't know. Shriveled grape chicken salad. I don't mind eating shriveled grapes, but they can't taste rotten and moldy, right? Feta water farro, so that you're not wasting your feta water. Here's his Bites and Apps chapter. How to use potato skins. Here's lardo cornbread with hot pepper, honey, lardo butter. Fried fish bones. No. Good way to choke, sorry. Squished tomato toast. That's fair, I would eat that. Green tomato jam, cheese, and crackers. Does that look gross or good to you? I think I would eat that. How to use peach pits and tomato seconds. Tomato seconds Bloody Mary, yes please. Pasta water and what to do with it, and leftover rice. Yep, I never have leftover rice, I just eat my rice. Carrot tops, we all wonder what to do with those. He puts them in chucai with carrot top salsa verde. He puts it in radiatore with carrot top pesto, and he substitutes it for parsley as a garnish, and he puts it in salad dressing. Here's beef shin oven bolognese. We're looking through Cooking Scrappy. We're almost done and moving on to the next cookbook. Radiatore with carrot top pesto. He's definitely using up all the stuff. Fish collar ciappino. Spatch turkey with turkey scrap gravy. Smart, very smart. Scrappy green sauce drumsticks. I think I missed the Scrappy Hour chapter. Now we're in the sides chapter. He teaches us what to do with radish tops and beet stems, and what to do with Brussels sprout leaves and zucchini ends. I just compost mine. He puts them in minestrone or folds into a frittata or tosses with pasta and cooks them with butter beans. Here's beet greens with nutmeg and clementine. Definitely a healthy cookbook, wow. Broccoli stem popped black-eyed pea slaw. I do like black-eyed peas. Strawberry tops and spent coffee, things you can do with those. Wow. Here's spent coffee ice cream. How do you guys feel about that? I'm very curious to hear what you think about spent coffee ice cream. I think I'm a no, but I'm not a coffee fan, so I'm not a good judge of that. Strawberry top shortcake. That looks good. Squished plum icebox mousse. Oh, that's pretty. And spent green graham crackers. Staples and condiments chapter. He's going to use up a whole bunch of stuff like apple cores, fishbone stock, apple core butter, preserved squeezed lemons. Wow, that was interesting. Cooking Scrappy. What did you guys think about that one? It's by Joel Gamoran. Next up, a fun, happy cookbook called Kitchen Party. Let me grab it. It's by Mary Berg, and she just looks delightful on the cover. I had to grab this from the library. It looked too fun. Effortless recipes for every occasion. So it was kind of also in the entertaining part of the cookbook section in the library. Host of Mary's Kitchen Crush, which I assume is a blog or a podcast. This came out in November 2019. Everyone knows that a good party ends up in the kitchen, whether you're grabbing a drink, tasting a dish, or just chatting with the host and other guests. That's because the kitchen is the heart of every home, big or small. But sometimes entertaining, even casually, can feel daunting or overwhelming with all the planning, shopping, cooking, and cleaning up. Enter Mary Berg. Okay, Mary, teach us. Teach us how to entertain. Effortless recipes for every occasion. Appetite by Random House is the publisher. Ooh! Starts off with cake. And her table of contents are brunch parties, cocktail parties, dinner parties, special occasion menus, and party of two. Introduction, I'll read it later. We're here for the recipes right now. Dinner party to-do lists are very handy. Green tea sangria. This must be the brunch. Yes, asparagus zucchini stuffed omelet. We're in breakfasts and brunches. Maple candied bacon. I know there's some bacon lovers watching this video right now. Shakshuka puttanesca. Yes, that's what I would want to eat. Fried chicken and cornmeal waffles. Carbonara pizza for brunch. Grilled cheese with quick blackberry rosemary freezer jam. Coconut pecan granola with bourbon stewed peaches. That's nice. Let's get to the next chapter though, because I have to go watch The Gilded Age. Oh! Dinner parties for leisurely diners. Summery corn soup. Yum, I would love to make this. That would be incredible. Oysters with apple jalapeno mignonette. Salmon tartare, no thank you. Steelhead trout gravlax. That should be in the brunch chapter, shouldn't it? I don't know. Bite-sized seafood boil. That's cute. Apple butter roast pork. Maple miso spatchcocked chicken. That's got to be a crowd pleaser. Red wine braised English short ribs. Raspberry shortcakes with lemon curd. Berry orange slump. Special occasion menus for indulgent times. Heirloom tomato galette. I don't feel like that's indulgent, personally. Classic roast chicken. Kind of boring, but okay. Ooh, here's a pie. What kind of pie is it? Let's find out. Apple raspberry ginger pie. That's nice and different because everyone can make an apple pie. Cranberry ginger rosemary bellini. Turkey roulade. Secret ingredient mashed potatoes. Should we find out what the secret ingredient is? I don't see any secret ingredient. Garlic. Buttermilk. Oh, buttermilk. Most people don't use buttermilk. Okay. Here's a party. Ooh. A Swiss roll on the right. And left a tourtière. Maple glazed parsnips. Ooh, yum. And summer savory grilled tomatoes. This is pretty cool. I'm going to go back and check that out more thoroughly. Look for our video on YouTube where we look through that far more thoroughly. I have 5 cookbooks left I want to peek through with you. I'm not doing any cookbook reviews because I haven't cooked anything out of it. I haven't even opened them up since I got them from the library. This is World Food Paris by James Oseland. Seasoned cooks and beginners alike will be inspired by this authoritative and delightful book, a new classic for everyone who loves Paris. Okay. I've only been to Paris once. This book came out, I'm not sure, 10 Speed Press is the publisher. Ooh. This is going to be torturous. Friends. I'd love to travel right now. Okay, table of contents. The City of Savoir-Vivre, Small Dishes, Grand Flavors, the Appetizers chapter. Chapter 3, From Market to Table with Love, Vegetables. Chapter 4, Fresh Fish, and then the World Capital of Dining Out. So we're jumping in. Ooh, the photography is stunning. Ana Raquel, welcome. She's watching us over on Facebook. We are looking through World Food Paris. Here's someone presenting something. Here's a bar. Now I'm getting thirsty. Paris always ends up feeding you, says the quote. Now we're already in another chapter. Small Dishes, Grand Flavors. Ooh. I'd love to know what that is. Cream of asparagus soup. But we have to go to page 36 for the recipe. Okay. There's all sorts of people that are probably his friends sampling the world's finest cheese. Lots of recipes that don't have a picture, and I don't know what this is because they don't name it. Obviously it's lentils, but none of these recipes. I don't know if I like this cookbook. Let's skip ahead. Zesty pickled shallots offset the buttery richness of herb poached fish with pure blanc sauce. Okay. That's better. Whoa! I don't like cookbooks that don't immediately tell you in big font what these recipes are. I have no idea what they are. So I'm going to skip ahead. The World Capital of Dining Out. Beautiful photography, though. I want more recipes. There's just lots of pictures of people we don't know. Here's... No, well, Burgundy-style beef braised in red wine. Is that the right picture? Because I see tomatoes. I'm not sure what's happening. There. I'm getting angry at this book. I'm going to put it away. I'm not grouchy, I swear. Indian cuisine. Authentic flavors from the land of spice. Katie and I love Indian food. We haven't looked through a lot of Indian cookbooks because they're always checked out of our local library, because there's a whole bunch of delicious Indian cooks all around us here in Seattle. Embarked on an Indian cooking adventure. The publisher is DK. Top chefs and cooks known for their expertise in the cuisines of India and Pakistan share their recipes with you. Try South Indian chicken korma, okra and eggplant spicy masala, or Balti fish curry. Balti fish curry. All 200 recipes are authentic and written for the modern cook. Nice. All right, let me grab some water. Anna, is your name Anna or Anna? I'm thinking it's Anna, but I could be wrong. Indian cuisine. I'm excited to check this out. Came out in October 2020. Authentic flavors from the land of spice. And I like to make my own Indian food because I can't handle spice, so that way I can just fail to put the spices in. Recipes: vegetarian, fish, poultry, and then meat, rice and bread, prepped ingredients, sauces, and chutneys at the back. Forward by Vivek Singh. International ingredients: nigella seeds, paneer cheese, pickling spices, kasundi mustard, saffron. They're talking about the foods of South India, the taste of South India, fenugreek seeds, ginger, tamarind, then Pakistan, and then we jump into the recipes. Vegetarian, I'm gonna love this chapter. I hope your meat eaters aren't bored. I'll try to go through it quickly. Chickpea flour dumplings in yogurt sauce. Dal makhani, black lentils, kadi paneer, stir fry of paneer cheese with peppers. Anna says, this weekend I added 2 cookbooks to my culinary library: Naturally Delicious Desserts, Snacking Cakes, and The Art of the Flask. Ooh, nice. Yes, my name is Anna. Did I do it right? And I bet your last name isn't Raquel, it's Raquel? Anna Raquel? I'm trying. Bindi Kadi. That is a beautiful color, but it's stuffed morels. Mildly spiced and nutty. This is Papadum Curry. How fun is that? Those of you just joining us on Amazon Live, we're looking through Indian cuisine. Paneer cheese and nut gravy is what I order maybe every other time I go to an Indian restaurant. I love it, love it, love it. And of course, they don't actually put that much paneer in your restaurant dish, so I need to make this at home so I can have that much paneer. Here's a black-eyed peas with spinach and tomatoes. I'm going to jump out of this chapter. Sweet chilies and velvety gravy. Potato curry. Raquel is your middle name. Nice. My middle name is Sue, and so some old people in the town I was born in call me Cara Sue. And it makes me feel like I'm in the country. Fish chapter. Jumbo shrimp in coconut curry sauce. I love the colors in this cookbook. It's from North India. And then from North India, Bengal, is steamed lobster with coconut, ginger, and chili. Now, I am allergic to ginger, so I do not cook with it. Shallow fried masala sardines with the head still on. Jumbo shrimp and pumpkin curry. Oysters cooked in tomato and coconut. Doesn't look very appealing to me, but now we're in the poultry chapter. Old Delhi style chicken curry. Chicken and morel curry. Let's get, chicken pepper fry. A lot of stuff in this book looks orange. Is that the way they photographed it, or is it lots of use of turmeric? Yep, I see turmeric. Special chicken curry. More coriander. No turmeric. Oh, yep, turmeric. Meat chapter. Fiery lamb curry. Lamb cooked with winter vegetables and spinach. Kerala lamb from South India. Mutton in lentil curry. I'm going to skip ahead. Ground meat and potato curry. Rice and bread chapter. Of course, here's mixed vegetable rice, vegetable biryani, and layered paratha with step-by-step photos. Anna over on Facebook says that shrimp and pumpkin recipe sounds good. Yes. Prepped ingredients, sauces, and chutneys. Are any of us really going to make our own chutney at home? Do we have that kind of time? I don't know. Possibly. That was Indian cuisine. I really enjoyed looking through that. Lots of it is orange. Now I'm hungry for turmeric and saffron. 3 cookbooks left tonight. La Vie Rustic, cooking and living in the French style. You guys know how much I love tarts and galettes, so when I saw the cover of this book, I had to grab it. Georgianne Brennan is the author. You can tell it's well loved. It's been checked out of the library a lot. It's starting to fall apart. So let's dive in. It came out just in 2017. Filled with dozens of charming and enlightening stories, La Vie Rustic, Cooking and Living in the French Style is award-winning author Georgianne Brennan's homage to the French tradition of cooking according to the rhythms of nature. Anna Raquel says, "Ooh la la, that cookbook looks good." I know, right? And thank you for chatting with me. Nobody else is typing tonight. La Vie Rustic. Weldon Owen is the publisher. The contents are Chapter 1. I don't know how to, is it potager? Year-round vegetables. Chapter 2, the orchard, fruit and nuts. Chapter 3, the barnyard, cows, goats, ducks, sheep, blah, blah, blah. Chapter 4, the forest and field, wild things. Chapter 5, the water, fish and shellfish. And an appendix with fruit trees for a small space. So, a pickle platter. At the start of a French meal, there's always a place on the table for pickles, often to accompanying charcuterie. Classic French peas and butter lettuce. Green garlic and new potato soup. Ooh, I should make that this spring. Fennel and chicken braised with lemon. That seems like the quintessential French dish right there. Always have lemons too, right? Spring vegetables with lamb riblets. That could be a good Easter dish. Those of you just joining us, we're looking through La Vie Rustic by Georgianne Brennan. A lettuce primer. Big batch roasted tomato sauce. Hey, we're not Italians. Tomato tart from the front cover with whole roasted garlic cloves. Yum. I would totally eat that. This is Georgianne Brennan's La Vie Rustic, for those of you that just popped in. Ooh, pumpkin galettes with fried sage. I need to try frying sage. I just got my little sage starters from Amazon from a herb company, so I can grow sage outside my kitchen this year. Sweet pepper and shelling bean gratin. It almost looks like a cassoulet that spilled. Caramelized leek flatbread with black olives and soft cheese looks amazing. Loving it. Fried sage is delicious, says Anna over on Facebook. Chicory salad with sauteed chicken livers. I'm not going to be putting liver on my salad. I don't know about you guys. Probably not. So this is La Vie Rustic. Parsnip soup with toasted almonds. What is this soup? Let's go back and find out. That looks very hearty. That is potato and merguez chowder with haricot rouges. Winter beignets. What? With sauce verte. Winter provides some exceptional vegetables that lend themselves well to deep frying. Parsnips, celery root, and Jerusalem artichokes. Yum. Now we're in the orchard chapter with home-cured cracked green olives. Classic tapenade. Apples and quinces stuffed with sausage, celery, and walnuts. Walnut and blue cheese sauce on pasta. I'm fainting now. Luckily, I had pasta for dinner, so I don't have to die while I'm looking through this. Ooh, here's a mulberry and pistachio tart. I just don't cook with mulberries. I don't see them in the store. I guess I should go out of my way to order some so I can play around with cooking with them. Here's oven roasted or grilled fruits. Oh, blood orange rustic tart. I'm dying. I love it so much. I want to make it and I want to eat it. You gotta love the French. Oh, here's the 13 desserts of Christmas in Provence that we could learn about in the next. Vin de citron, vin d'orange. Now we're in the barnyard. This one I'm going to go through quickly because I don't like looking at meat. But look, it's a cocotte of eggs with fresh tomato and basil. And I have little cocottes that if I'm eating breakfast alone, I'll make myself eggs in it. Grilled cheese sandwich, French style. Raclette and accoutrements. Anna Raquel on Facebook says that blood orange tart looks delicious and beautiful. Yes, and stunning photography. A rabbit terrine. Something I will never eat, but you guys could enjoy it. Easy roulettes, shredded duck confit, and cornichon sandwiches. I bet that's good because cornichons will give you that little pickled flavor. Cassoulet. National Cassoulet Day was in January, and I wanted to make a vegetarian cassoulet and teach people how to do it, and then I got really lazy. Guinea hen with sauteed quince, apples, and pears. I don't think I can get a hold of a guinea hen in my Seattle grocery store unless I really looked hard. I don't know. Frozen meringues and apricots. Anna is passing up on that rabbit recipe. Yeah, we're not doing rabbits. Crepes. Of course, there's a crepe recipe in a French cookbook. Homemade creme fraiche. Wow, for the adventurous. The forest and field, and we're going to see some mushroom recipes. Thank you. Purslane salad with roasted marrow bones and gross sel. I think that's gray salt. Pickled wild mushrooms. Yum. Mushroom broth. Gratin of escargots. Escargots is what I call them. Wild fennel grilled fish. Ooh, the importance of wild fennel. Nice. We're almost through this French cookbook. Fresh bay leaf skewered with eggplant and peppers. Morel mushrooms and steak a la creme. Lavender pepper goat cheese looks incredible. This is smoked trout pate. Salt cod brandade or brandade. Oyster chowder. And sea urchin sauce. No thank you. Wow, that was interesting. La Vie Rustique. Cooking and living in the French style. I hope my library gets a new copy because it's about to fall apart because everyone has been loving it. We have 2 cookbooks left to look through before I go get in my poo. The next one I grabbed because it's Pok Pok Noodles by Andy Rucker with J.J. Good. I have no idea what's going on. It looks amazing. It looks like a cookbook we don't normally look through here at Cookbook Divas because I went to a bigger library today that has way more selection. I brought home a lot of cookbooks. The King County Library System lets me check out 100. I wouldn't have 100 out at a time. That's a little ridiculous, but I might have 50. And I know it makes a lot of work for the librarians to have to reshove them after I bring them back. So I try to drop them off like 5 or 6 a day, not 50 at once. This came out in 2019. Pok Pok Noodles. Recipes from Thailand and beyond. By 10 Speed Press. The chapters are Thailand's indigenous noodle soups, fried noodles, my personal favorite, other noodle dishes, and not noodles at the end. And it keeps going. Sundries and drinks. Introduction. When you go to Thailand as a tourist, the food thrills you and confounds you. The streets teem with vendors manning carts, presiding over screaming hot woks, and hawking unfamiliar fruit. Food is everywhere. It's on every corner and down every alley. Your options seem infinite until you remember your limitations. You can't speak the language. You can't read the signs. You can hardly identify what's on your plate, since it all looks so different from the Thai food back home. This will be interesting. Yes, I'm going to read that introduction later. And I've never been to Thailand. Has anyone here been to Thailand? My cousins have, and my stepsisters have. Your pantry supplies include raw blood, bitter melon, steamed blood, candle nuts, which are toasted, ground, and used to provide texture to some curries, cardamom, black and white cardamom, cilantro root, cinnamon, coconut milk, lime, mango, soy sauce, as you would expect, water, spinach, white pepper, yellow bean sauce, etc. That was interesting. Okay, I'm going to jump into, equipment, chopsticks, digital scale, tall pot, we know. All right, Kanam Jin, Thailand's indigenous noodle, how it's made, replicating it at home, rice vermicelli with northern Thai curry, the first recipe of the book. We are looking through Pok Pok Noodles for those of you that just joined us, and we'll move on to Persepolis, a Persian vegetarian cookbook at the end. So if you don't like vegetarian cookbooks, I don't mind if you stop watching, but I'm going to look through this Thailand noodle book too. Khao Ken Jin, don't know what this is. rice vermicelli with mushroom, crachai, and coconut curry. I'm going to have a lot of stuff to look up after this because I don't know what crachai is. Green curry and fish balls. Green curry is actually my favorite when I go to my local Thai restaurant, which is run by people from Thailand that moved to Seattle. Here's noodles with coconut cream, pineapple, green mango, fish balls, and lime. Here's how to make your own chili garlic oil. Now we're in the noodle soups chapter. This noodle soup with pork is that one. And then spicy sweet tart noodle soup with coconut milk and fish. Ooh, that's pretty. Spicy sweet tart noodle soup with pork. And look at all the condiments you can put in your soup. Lime and nuts. Boat noodles with beef. And this sidebar is about beef tendon, which I don't want to read. Tamarind chili sauce and spicy instant ramen noodle soup. Noodle soup with stewed chicken and bitter melon. And I think I see chicken feet. I do. There's chicken feet. Okay. Let's skip ahead a little. Peppery pork and offal soup with rolled noodles. Noodles with pork bone tea. Now we're in the fried noodles chapter. And they're teaching us how to soak the noodles and marinate the pork. Patsiyu wonsen. Stir-fried glass noodles with soy sauce, pork, and Chinese broccoli. Drunkard stir-fry with noodles is what this one is. Stir-fried instant ramen noodles with pork and cabbage. We're going to skip ahead. That looks pretty. That is, I have to go back to find out, stir-fried macaroni with shrimp, vegetables, and ketchup. What? Did Americans influence this? That seems wrong. Okay. Dry sukiyaki. Stir-fried rice vermicelli. Again. Other noodle dishes, such as noodles with gravy. Rice noodles with ground beef, tomato, and onion, quote-unquote, gravy. Tai Lu style noodles with pork, tomato, and fermented soybean. Dry, quote-unquote, stewed beef noodles. And the not noodle stuff, which is stir-fried water spinach with ground pork over rice. And I'm not sure what this is. This is fried rice with sour sausage. I've never heard of sour sausage. That's really intriguing. Those of you just joining us, we're about to finish looking through Pok Pok Noodles, a Thailand cookbook. This is deep fried meatballs. This is grilled meatballs. Dragon eggs. What? Flavor, salty, meaty. The ingredients are duck eggs, salted duck eggs, okay, fatty ground pork, crushed ice, Asian sweet potato starch, Asian white pepper, sea salt, neutral oil like canola or soybean, and sweet chili sauce. Okay, I think we did a good justice to Pok Pok noodles. So many flavors and things I'd never heard of. That's going to be an interesting read later on tonight when I get off camera and into my pajamas. One more cookbook that I'm super excited about. You guys know I love Middle Eastern cooking the best, and Mediterranean, but mostly Middle Eastern. This is Persepolis Vegetarian Recipes from Persia and Beyond. Very excited to check this out. I need a little bit of water because I've been talking for an hour and a half almost. Okay. Persepolis. Sally Butcher, is the author. Ooh, the back is pretty too. This came out in 2017. The appetite for new ways to brighten your broccoli, add sparkle to your spinach, and titillate your tomatillos has never been greater. Since opening a vegetarian cafe within her shop Persepolis, Sally Butcher has seen an explosion of interest in her Middle Eastern-influenced vegetarian dishes. Okay. Interlink Books is the publisher. Love them. Table of contents. From the bakery, bread and savory pastries, breaking fast, light bites and snacks, cold appetizers, mezza and salads, soup and other hot appetizers. Main courses 1, grains and beans. Main courses 2, bakes and casseroles. Pickles and preserves, desserts and sweet treats. Drinks hot and cold. I'm excited. Beautiful photography. Vicky steamed spiced chickpea bread. I've never steamed bread, but that makes sense. Armenian sourdough bread. Einkorn bread with sun-dried tomato and nigella seeds. And I actually happen to have a packet, let me show you, of nigella seeds that I got at Whole Foods Market. Kubdari stuffed Georgian bread. And since this is a vegetarian cookbook, I don't have to be worried about what it's stuffed with. Libyan breakfast donuts. I will move to Libya if I can have breakfast donuts every day for breakfast. Spinach and almond pie, known as su boregi or boregi. The recipe needs 18 hours of soaking and draining activity. What? This is why we always thoroughly read through a cookbook before, or through the recipe before trying to make it. Over on Facebook, the Cookbook Divas Facebook, Anna says, this weekend I made some Mediterranean red salmon patties. Ooh. And the recipe called for couscous cooked in orange juice and added to the patties mixture. They were delicious. So that's how you added moisture so the patties didn't get dry. That's really cool. What cookbook was that from, Anna? This is sambusak, eggplant and onion pies. I would love to make that for dinner or a cocktail party appetizer. I mean, that wouldn't be the whole dinner. We'd have some salad and rice too. But burakakia, little cheese pies. Chickpea and mint dumplings in yogurt sauce. I love dumplings. Who doesn't? Sesame bread rings. Okay, I can't show you the whole book. I have to skip ahead, but this is so fun. Next chapter, breaking fast, a Moroccan dodo. Fried bread with holba and eggs. Fried bread with chickpeas. Eggplant porridge, with brown butter and cinnamon. Okay. And here's what it looks like. Algerian honey pancake, custard cream rolls. Yep. Okay, veggie stand granola with pekmez and tahina. But let's get to the next chapter, light bites and snacks. Halloumi with sesame and honey. Ooh, some gorgeous photography in this. Lebanese spicy potatoes, eggplant frittata. I hear my dog's getting restless, so I'm going to hurry up so I can let them out to go potty. Rice with spinach, otherwise known as spanakorizo. Anna Raquel says the patties also had spinach, and you got the recipe from a Humana cooking class. That vegetarian cookbook has interesting recipes. It really does. Potato kofte. Beautiful. Cold appetizers, mezza, and salads. I'll just show you some quick pictures of it. Mutabal. That looks horrible, but I bet it tastes good. It's eggplant. Okay, so it tastes delicious. It looks kind of like mush on a plate, but the pomegranates on top help. Georgian walnut and eggplant rolls. I've got to own this cookbook. It's too awesome. Tunisian barbecued pepper salad. Oh, gorgeous photography. I'm going to skip ahead. Pistachio and plum fattoush. We're in the next chapter, which is soup and other hot appetizers. Watermelon gazpacho. Afghan turnip soup with something I can't pronounce. Gashniched. The leaf platter was cute. Yes. Broccolini and tahina soup with dukkha. Those of you joining us on Amazon Live, we're looking through Persepolis, our last cookbook of the evening. Vegetarian recipes from Persia and beyond by Sally Butcher. And this is Persepolis red pepper sour orange soup. I would have thought that was tomato. Wow. This is really cool. Here are baked mushroom mini moussakas. Some people say moussaka. Veggie stan arancini, rice balls. Grains and beans chapter. Let me just grab something good to look at. Armenian cheesy rice. Yes, please. Kashmiri street food. Sour cherry rice. I love sour cherries. This sounds amazing. I might have to make that tomorrow. Hidden pilau. Lots of rice dishes. Sweet potato and spinach falafel. Celeriac, carrot, and fennel bake with ginger and tamarind. Somalian greens with peanuts and coffee. This is very unusual cookbook. Pickles and preserves. Let's see what they're pickling. Tomato and black cumin jam, zucchini and ginger jam, date and tamarind relish. Quick cucumber chutney. Spicy pickle from Iran's deep south. Pickled sour cherries. Hibiscus rose and lavender jelly. And now I jumped into desserts and sweet treats. Turkish delight and pistachio cheesecake. Wow. I'd love to hear your thoughts on that. Rose bread and butter pudding. Pumpkin baked in coconut milk and cardamom. And chili fried peaches with barberries. Barberries are kind of like cranberries, but way more sour and dried up more and bitterer, but in a good way. Amazing. I'm going to go buy this. Persepolis by Sally Butcher. I love it. I worship it. I'm going to make so many recipes out of this weekend. Thank you so much for watching over on Facebook and YouTube, Cookbook Divas, as well as on Amazon Live, our shopping channel show. I will see you tomorrow or next time I live stream. I hope you'll be back because I have about 25 more cookbooks I got from the library today, and they're very heavy. Bye! So I have to end it in the stream first, and then in the encoder. Bye! Good night!